I had this thought last night. What if my life on YouTube is more fulfilling than my real life? And I kind of panicked. I was like, oh my God, am I not living enough? The fact that last night when I went out to karaoke and I went out to enjoy myself and have a good time, and I ended up sitting next to some good people, nice people, but then also having conversations with someone next to me that wasn't making any sense. And finally, he just apologized and said that he was really drunk. And the level of, there wasn't much depth to the conversation. Even the fun wasn't the kind of fun that makes me light up or inspired. It was kind of like crass and loud and dirty, and not dirty in a good way, not messy in a fun way, not messy in a creative way. It was just, I don't know. I was excited to go sing, and I loved hearing some of the people that I know who are really inspiring singers. But to be honest, when I got home, I was so excited to get home, and I binge watched a few YouTube videos of people that just within the first few minutes of speaking brought me to this higher energy of inspiration and exhilaration, and just lit up the things in me that felt very heavy. Ironically, going out when I wanted to have like a light and fun night, coming home and just laying on my bed and watching these people speak about what drives them, their thoughts, like their poetic, it was musical to me, even though what I was watching was not someone singing or playing an instrument or making music. There was so much music making in the melody and harmony of their words, and how much that drove me to wake up this morning and have a day that feels more intentional and feels more purposeful. And it's their words that rang in me, not necessarily the night that I had in my real life. So I was thinking that it's okay if my YouTube life feels more fulfilling to me right now, whether it's making my own YouTube videos like this one or listening to others who have created videos and have something to share. It's okay, because it doesn't mean that my life is so messed up that I need to do something to change it. The irony and the blessing is that because creating YouTube videos inspires me, and watching others people's amazing words and what they've put together and shared on YouTube, because it lights me up, it actually enhances my real life. So I'm not going to panic over it. I'm not going to stress over it. I'm going to see it as a blessing, because it honestly, today, my day is much better. Maybe I could argue, or some of you out there could argue, that because I went out and, was around other people in real life and had that outing, that was part of what changed my energy or helped me get into a better energetic space. But honestly, when I was walking there, I was having trouble just getting there comfortably. I didn't feel so comfortable in my body. Then I was around even some of the songs that were being sung last night were not the most uplifting. Like, they were dark, and the energy was kind of malicious, I would want to say. And I think the people singing them really wanted to get that out, but without regard to like, okay, you're getting that energy out and it's somehow therapeutic or fun for you, and especially if you've had a few drinks, but then that energy is seeping into my world, and it was yelling, and it didn't feel like singing. It felt more like anger releasing, and yay for you releasing your anger, but then you put that energy on me. It was just weird, and I felt like the bartender, like, I don't drink because it doesn't make me feel very good. I mean, it makes me feel really bad, actually, to be honest, very quickly. And so I ordered tea, and I felt like the bartender wasn't really cool with that. And anyway, just the way that it all went about, I was like, okay, when I get home, I get to drink whatever feels really good to me, and I get to lay down and be more comfortable in my body. And so what if I'm not around people realistically in my energy? The YouTube energy that I received from online people just put me on such a high vibration. And I was saying in my last video that one of the people that really has shifted the way that I show up, she goes by the name Pearl. I think that's her real name. And just listening to her last night, I feel like changed me as a person. I know that sounds really dramatic, but the way she speaks, and it only takes her 3 to 5 to 7. Okay, last night I saw a 12-minute video of hers, which was the longest I've ever seen her make, but everything she says has a purpose, has inspiration, has an energy of, you are meant to be here, and this life you are meant to choose how you go about it, choose wisely. And I just felt so excited about today, and I even felt different in my body. That's what I want to surround myself with. And if that comes to me in online videos compared to real life, I'm going to take it. Because like I said, that actually shifts my real life energy. Because today I did things with more intention, and I did things with more celebration and with more hope and positive energy. And I feel like if I just stuck around the energy that I felt at karaoke, or in that vibe, or the way that people were interacting there, I would have ended up kind of being heavy today, and I'm not. And if you notice, I am creating a horizontal video, a landscape oriented video. I described that in my last video. I think I said vertical when I meant horizontal, but yeah, it hasn't been as comfortable for me to create these videos, because you don't know this, but in order for me to look in the right place in the camera, I actually have to look more to the left, so you see me as if I'm looking right at you. It's all good. I'm going to just get used to it. But yeah, I feel more purposeful about my singing practice today. I feel like I've made some decisions, and some things that I might not get the answer that I want, but I'm going to get an answer. And I feel like I've had courage today to just seek out what someone's answer is. Whereas before I was hiding because I didn't want to know the answer. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be able to move forward in my life if I don't know this answer. And today I just had the courage to do it. And it was because of this woman, Pearl, and she shows up in the same color, like wearing the same color in her videos in pretty much the same space. And I was like, I don't need to do something fancy or, you know, I can show up with flowers in my hair on my video if I feel like it. And it's all good. Whereas in my real life, I somehow thought that I need to uphold something, or it's difficult for me to get somewhere. And I was like, it's okay if my inspiration comes from home, or being still, or being less travel oriented and more inwardly oriented, because it doesn't mean that I'm avoiding people or avoiding real life. It actually brings me more life. And I want to feel more alive. That's one of my biggest excitements about life. And this reminds me of when I used to travel a lot, and I did love it. But when someone in particular in my travels found out that I read a lot, and some of the times that I was away, I wanted to just sit in the space that I had, you know, whether it was an Airbnb or a hotel or whatever, I just wanted to go see a movie that night or read. And he was so upset, like saying, why do you come all the way out to a place just to read? Or why would you just come to see a movie? Or even if I'm not traveling, he was kind of being critical that, you know, you should get a life instead of reading about other people's lives. And it definitely made me think, because I was like, oh my God, is he right? Am I just succumbing to this like fantasy in reading and taking in other people's lives instead of having my own? But it took me a while to recognize that actually books and movies, especially done very well by amazing authors and screenwriters, have impacted my life in such huge ways. They have actually been the catalyst to me traveling somewhere or trying something new that I never thought I would want to do. And so this makes me think also of, hey, if my YouTube life is what is fulfilling me right now, I'm going to take that and not be embarrassed by it, because it actually enhances my quote unquote real life. And this is my real life as well. So thanks for being a part of this, and let me know what inspires you. If you watch some YouTube videos or read some books or have seen some movies that have changed your life, let me know. I'm all about it. I think the arts, I think we downplay and underestimate the power of the arts to actually change our real lives. And I think sometimes that is actually the purpose of the arts, if we really, really dig deep and see how much of an impact they can have. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you think about the horizontal video. Hopefully I am looking right at you guys, and I will talk to you soon.